Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum and good afternoon to all our dignitaries, guests, and delegates. With great joy and immense exultation, I take privilege to extend my warm welcome to the all present here today in the national closing ceremony program of the Sheikh Hasina Youth Volunteer Award 2020. I humbly welcome the chief guest of today's occasion, Her Excellency Dr. Shirin Sharmin Chaudhry MP, Honorable Speaker of the National Parliament of Bangladesh, the chair of today's event, His Excellency Muhammad Zahid Hasan Rasil MP, Honorable State Minister, Ministry of Youth and Sports of Bangladesh. Today's guest of honor, His Excellency Dr. A.K. Abdul Momin MP, Honorable Foreign Minister, Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh, and His Excellency Taha Ayhan, Honorable President of the Islamic Cooperation Youth Forum. Today's special guests, His Excellency Mr. Muhammad Akhtar Hussain, Senior Secretary, Ministry of Youth and Sports, His Excellency Muhammad Anwar Islam Sharkar, Additional Secretary, Ministry of Youth and Sports, and His Excellency Muhammad Azharul Islam Khan, Director General, Department of Youth Development, Bangladesh. I request all of you, sir, to kindly take your seats at the dais. First of all, I'd like to remember and pay tribute to the greatest Bengali of all time, the lifelong advocate of peace and harmony, the father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. Esteemed guests, we all know that our Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has dedicated her life for the people and humanity. Since her early childhood, the uncompromising leader has engaged herself for the welfare of the mankind. In the ongoing pandemic, COVID-19, her visionary leadership and strong decision-making capability has kept the situation under control in Bangladesh. The mother of humanity, our Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, has led a great management both in healthcare and economic perspective in this crisis, and she has been praised for her leadership worldwide. During the COVID-19 crisis situation, the youth from all over the world have also shown what was necessary: resilience, and staying beside others. They proved that they are our real heroes. And their efforts haven't gone unnoticed. The Ministry of Youth and Sports of Bangladesh has now taken the initiative to recognize the contribution of the spirited youth. And this year, while we are celebrating one of the biggest youth celebrations of the world, Dhaka OIC Youth Capital 2020, the award will be given on the special contributions during the pandemic. That is why, to recognize the youth who inherits the spirit and follows the footstep of our Honorable Prime Minister, the Ministry of Youth and Sports has introduced Sheikh Hasina Youth Volunteer Award. Ladies and gentlemen, to start the program, in the name of Allah, recitation from the Holy Quran, and I request Mr. Maulana Qari Muhammad Rabiul Islam to kindly recite from the Holy Quran. Thank you so much.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات أولئك هم خير البرية جزاؤهم عند ربهم جنات عدن تجري من تحتها الأنهار جنات عدن تجري من تحتها الأنهار خالدين فيها أبدا رضي الله عنهم ورضوا عنه ذلك لمن خشي ربه صدق الله العظيم. Translation. Indeed, they who have believed and done righteous deeds, those are the best of creatures. Their reward with their Lord will be gardens of perpetual residence, beneath which rivers flow. wherein they will abide forever, Allah being pleased with them and they with him. That is for whoever has feared his Lord. وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Thank you, Qari Maulana Rabiul Islam. Ladies and gentlemen, now I humbly request today's special guest, His Excellency Muhammad Akhtar Hussain, Secretary, Ministry of Youth and Sports, to kindly deliver his welcome speech to the guests, participants, and viewers.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Honorable Chief Guest of today's program, Her Excellency Dr. Shirin Sharmin Chowdhury MP, Honorable Speaker, Bangladesh National Parliament, Guest of Honor, His Excellency Dr. A.K. Abdul Momen MP, Honorable Foreign Minister, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh, His Excellency Mr. Taha Ihan, President Islamic Cooperation Youth Forum, Honorable State Minister, Ministry of His Excellency Mr. Muhammad Zahid Hassan Russell MP, Honorable State Minister, Ministry of Youth and Sports, Government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh, distinguished guests, officials from ICOF, officials from different ministries and organizations, youth delegates, participants of Sheikh Hasina Youth Volunteer Award 2020, representative of print and electronic media, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum and a very good afternoon to you all. First of all, I would like to pay my deepest gratitude and homage to the greatest Bengali of all times, our father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, the icon of youth under whose undisputed visionary leadership we got our coveted independence. I would also like to recall and pay my deepest gratitude and respect to all freedom fighters who participated and sacrificed their life for our independence. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you all to today's national closing ceremony of Sheikh Hasina Youth Volunteer Award 2020 in response to COVID-19, one of the most important events of Dhaka YC Youth Capital organized by the Ministry of Youth and Sports. It is a great honor and privilege for me to be here in this closing ceremony of Sheikh Hasina Youth Volunteer Award 2020 in response to COVID-19. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a great recognition for Bangladesh as we own the coveted YC Youth Capital 2020 by proving our merit in matters related to innovation, sports, culture, and inclusive youth leadership. It marks a significant recognition for the dynamic and determined leadership of Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina and her spirited government in the youth sector. Ladies and gentlemen, Bangladesh joined YC in 1974 under the prudential leadership of the father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. And since then, it has been playing instrumental role in different activities of YC and promote the common interests of Muslim Ummah in different international forums. The YC Youth Capital 2020 is an important program for not only the YC and ICOA, but also for Bangladesh. It coincides with the birth centenary of the father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. The event is also significant to us in this year as we will be celebrating Golden Jubilee, that is 50th anniversary of our independence. Ladies and gentlemen, this year's celebrations come at a time when the whole world is fighting one common enemy, the COVID-19 pandemic, in its full glare. Based on the world's demographics, around half of the global population is under 30 years old today. These youth people are the most affected in COVID-19 pandemic as they are the most active stakeholders in the society in terms of productivity, mobility, and interaction. So this COVID-19 crisis is disruptive in terms of their lifestyle and prospects for their future. However, this crisis situation has also opened up numerous windows of opportunity for the youth to find alternative means in response to the COVID-19 especially for the more vulnerable communities and stakeholders in the society. The youth are often labeled as the future. But during the crisis situation of the COVID-19 pandemic, they have shown that they are also the present and the most important stakeholders in building up resilience against COVID-19. They have been the first responders to the crisis situation almost everywhere in the world. From providing food and relief, they have facilitated emergency medical support as well as buried the dead bodies of the COVID-affected patients when nobody else dared to. They have helped the health caregivers with the free transportation and ride during the lockdown situation, showed great care to the stray animals, provided food for the duty heroes, and the list goes on and on. While development and humanitarian process still too often ignore the power of young people as capable agents of changes. Young people's role in leading the shaping humanitarian response and recovery needs to be recognized. It's time to acknowledge and recognize their efforts and contributions in combating COVID-19 pandemic. Distinguished guests, Bangladesh as a nation has shown great resistance against the COVID-19 pandemic and got great success under the prudent and visionary leadership of the Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. Our Honorable Prime Minister has been widely acclaimed for her successful role in facing the COVID-19 pandemic, as well as other natural calamities like cyclone, tidal wave, flood, etc. So the name Sheikh Hasina, our Honorable Prime Minister and the daughter of Bangabandhu, shines like a bright star, and her leadership and contributions make her a role model globally in tackling and combating any natural calamities. Her Excellency Sheikh Hasina's leadership in combating and tackling the unprecedented COVID-19 pandemic has been phenomenal, and the timely steps for quick economic recovery to march ahead towards the country's development goals have already started paying off. To encourage the youths of Bangladesh, OIC member states and beyond, the Sheikh Hasina Youth Volunteer Award 2020 in response to COVID-19 are being given under the Dhaka OIC Youth Capital 2020 program. Its other objectives are to promote volunteerism among the youths and encourage them to get involved in more humanitarian activities, give the young volunteers opportunity to compete and make connections with their global counterparts, give the young volunteers mentorship opportunity where they will get to learn from others and make the youth feel an important stakeholders in the society. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to express thanks to OIC and ICOF once again for selecting Dhaka as the OIC Youth Capital and convey my gratitude towards the global leaders and dignitaries for their wholehearted support. I would also like to express my hope and confidence towards the youth representatives of the OIC member states and the rest of the world. I hope that they will certainly make this world a better place than what it is now. Let me appreciate to all of you for responding our call and appearing in this pandemic situation. Let me take the opportunity to invite you to all to attend all the programs to celebrate the birth centenary of Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, events of Golden Jubilee of our independence, and rest of the programs of OIC Youth Capital Dhaka 2020. The power of youth is the common strength for the whole world. The faces of young people are the faces of present and our future. No segment in the society can match with the power, idealism, enthusiasm, and courage of the young people. So let us get on board to define a better tomorrow together. Thank you very much. Thank you all. Joy Bangla, Joy Bangabandhu. May Bangladesh live forever.
Thank you so much, Senior Secretary Mohammad Akhtar Hussain. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now watch highlights video to recap what have happened so far in the national stage of the Sheikh Hasina Youth Volunteer Award 2020. Please watch. Showed us some glimpses of how exciting this mega event has so far been. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite the guest of honor, His Excellency Dr. A.K. Abdul Momin MP, Honorable Foreign Minister, Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh, to kindly share a few words from his expertise with us. Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Foreign Minister of Bangladesh.
Okay, it's on. Thank you. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. His Excellency Dr. Shirin Sharmin Chaudhry, Member of Parliament, Honorable Speaker of Bangladesh Parliament. His Excellency Muhammad Zahid Ahsan Russell, Member of Parliament, Honorable State Minister for Ministry of Youth and Sports. His Excellency Mr. Taha Ayhan, Honorable President, Islamic Cooperation Youth Forum. Distinguished guests, brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum, peace be upon you. It is a privilege and an honor to be present and to congratulate the young volunteers who played a crucial role during COVID-19 pandemic, and to the organizers for arranging this event to recognize the efforts of our young volunteers. Youths consisting of 60% of the Muslim Ummah embody not only the dreams of today, but also the aspirations of tomorrow. But for a long time, their voices remain unheard. I must say this occasion is a timely one when we start recognizing the endeavor of our youth in making a world free from pain through their work. I'd like to extend my appreciation to ICYF, an organization aimed at creating a unique platform for Muslim youths, for declaring Dhaka as the OIC Youth Capital 2020, I thank the organizers for giving this award in the name of Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, who embodies the vigor of a youthful soul. Distinguished guest, Bangladesh was chosen as the OIC Youth Capital 2020, which overlaps with two of the greatest celebrations of our era, the birth centenary of the father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, and the golden jubilee of our glorious war of liberation in 2021. The year-long programs of the OIC Youth Capital are helping to foster cooperation among the member states in the field of youth policy, as well as enhancing solidarity among Muslim youth. Bangladesh, since its joining the OIC under the visionary leadership of the father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, in 1974, and especially under the government of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, has always had great hopes about a self-reliant OIC. This dream can be realized by harnessing the power of youths of the Muslim world. Bangladesh is organizing events under OIC Youth Capital 2020 to achieve this goal. Dear participants, American social activist Martin Luther King Jr. said, and I quote, "Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others?" Unquote. The youth volunteers participating in today's event were among the first responders during this pandemic situation. You were engaged in relief work, engaged in crop harvesting when laborers are not available, facilitating medical support, providing transport facilities to the patients and healthcare workers, and cleaning up the debris to save the planet Earth when others did not dare to do so. Your noble work certainly gave hope to the nation. Your voluntary work testifies that our youth will come forward in every crisis the nation will face, as they did during the Liberation War. We are passing through an unprecedented time due to COVID-19 pandemic. Humanity is learning to adapt itself in this new world order. Not only is our health sector impacted by this pandemic, but as a natural fallout, the world is facing economic turmoil. The UN has estimated that the global economy is expected to lose nearly 8.5 trillion US dollars in output over the next 2 years. The pandemic is a stark reminder that our fates are interconnected and that no one is safe until everyone is safe. In Bangladesh, we, from the very beginning, have put equal emphasis on the lives and livelihood of our people. We announced 31-point directives after the detection of COVID-19 cases. Stimulus packages worth more than 1.24 trillion Dhaka, equivalent to 4.4% of our GDP, have been rolled out, the highest in South Asia. Just before the pandemic situation, Bangladesh had achieved the enviable GDP growth rate of 8.15%. Even after, during the presence of COVID, Bangladesh achieved an annual GDP growth rate of 5.2%, which is one of the highest in the world during the pandemic. Our success is overriding. The crisis is largely due to our investment in food security, agriculture, developing skilled manpower, providing adequate social safety nets, ensuring availability of quality seeds, fertilizers, and uninterrupted power for irrigation boosted our agricultural growth, making food available at an affordable price. Bangladesh is now globally in the third position in terms of production of rice and second in cultivation of freshwater fish. We provide different kinds of social protection support to more than 9.5 million people of different ages and genders. I hope you will continue your voluntary work even after the pandemic situation is over. This event provides you with the opportunity to create a greater network for volunteering. Today, we will have our national level winners. In the international level competition, you will come to know what volunteers of other countries did during this pandemic. You are lucky that you will get a unique chance that no one got in the past. I request you to share your learnings with others and use this experience to encourage more youths to come forward in volunteer works. Distinguished guests, my special thanks to the participants for sharing their stories of voluntary works during the COVID-19 pandemic, and the juror who evaluated their works meticulously. The challenges of today's world can only be overcome by your self-acting efforts. I believe our young volunteers, with their collective and self-acting efforts of actualizing new ideas, can bring peace in this world. I wish good luck to the participants. I thank you all. May Allah be with us in our great initiatives. Joy Bangla, Joy Bangabandhu. May Bangladesh live long.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency Dr. A.K. Abdul Momen MP, for your nice words. Ladies and gentlemen, our guest of honor, His Excellency Taha Ayhan, who was supposed to join us, who is the president of ICYF, owing to the last minute family emergency, he could not join with us. He said sorry and wished success for this program. Ladies and gentlemen, in the meantime, among others, we have with us here in Mr. Naheem Razak, Honorable Member of Parliament. Also, we have the Honorable Director General of BKSP, Brigadier General Muhammad Rashidul Hassan, NDC, AFWC, PSC. At this stage of time, I would like to ask our chair of today's ceremony, His Excellency Muhammad Zahid Hassan Rasil MP, Honorable State Minister, Minister of Youth and Sports, Government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh, to kindly deliver his valuable remarks on the status of the event. Excellency Muhammad Zahid Hassan Rasil MP, Honorable State Minister.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. At the very outset, I'd like to convey my gratitude towards today's chief guest, Her Excellency Dr. Shirin Sharmin Chaudhry MP, Honorable Speaker, Bangladesh National Parliament, today's guest of honor, His Excellency Dr. A.K. Abdul Momen MP, Honorable Minister, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh, special guest, Mr. Muhammad Akhtar Hussain, Senior Secretary, Ministry of Youth and Sports, Bangladesh, all distinguished guests, journalists from print and electronic media, and all who have joined us virtually. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and very good afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, I humbly remember the greatest Bengali of all time, legendary hero of history, the father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, whose prudent and visionary leadership enabled us to emerge on the world map as an independent and sovereign country, and to gratitude to a developing country today. I'd like to express my sincere gratitude to the Honorable Prime Minister, role model of development, the mother of humanity, Sheikh Hasina, who is leading Bangladesh towards become a developed country and a golden Bengal with farsighted master plan. Distinguished guests, I should remind you that we first joined the YC in 1974 after our great war of liberation under the leadership of our visionary leader Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. Dear guests, as you know, this year is very special for us because we are celebrating the 50 years of our independence, as well as the birth centenary of our father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. Notable that Bangabandhu had a very special connection with the YC and all Muslim Ummah. So the recognition of Dhaka as the YC youth capital during this special occasion has multiplied the significance of the recognition. We are really proud and pleased to be able to organize such a mega event on these two grand occasions. Ladies and gentlemen, as the world is going through a very tough time due to COVID-19 pandemic, and Bangladesh are no different, our Honorable Prime Minister, Sheikh Hasina, has been working tirelessly and day and night to address the ongoing crisis. Shortly after the first infection was confirmed in early March 2020, Honorable Prime Minister postponed the main opening ceremony of the birth centenary, closed all educational institutions, and instructed to operate online less important businesses. She directed to use machines for screening corona patients at all international airports in the country. From the very beginning of the corona infection, she worked relentlessly to pull the reins of corona. And that is the reason why corona infection could not increase at a geometric rate in the Bangladesh. No other leader of the world has been seen to speak in such a manner and providing courage to the people in the current global epidemic context. In light of global vaccine rollouts, Bangladesh has also emerged as a success. When everything was up in the air back in August 2020, our Honorable Prime Minister took a calculated decision and moved to procure vaccines. Since the start inoculation drive on February 7, Bangladesh has been ahead of many global powerhouses who chose to wait and observe the side effects of administering the new vaccines. Despite reports coming from major global sources, which are projecting that most low-income countries will not be able to roll out vaccines before 2023, Bangladesh is on track to immunize priority groups by the start of third quarter this year and inoculate rest of the population by mid-2022. Dear guest, Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina is the architect of the history of the new age of Bangladesh. She is a lighthouse of irresistible strength and inspiration in the eyes of youth. To the youth, she is a symbol of struggle against injustice, and a symbol of ideology. She has become a harbinger for the youth through the idea and implementation of Digital Bangladesh. The youth of our country now have the opportunity to make themselves more efficient by getting easy access to high-speed internet. Unemployed youth are creating employment opportunities for themselves through trainings and initiatives under the Ministry of Youth and Sports and other ministries. These youth people are often labeled as the future, but during the COVID crisis, they have shown that they are also the present and the most relevant stakeholders in building up resilience against COVID. They have been first responders to the crisis situation almost everywhere in the world. From providing food and relief, they have facilitated emergency medical support as well as buried the dead bodies of the COVID-affected patients when nobody else dared to. They have helped the health caregivers with free transportation and right during the lockdown situation, showed great care to the stray animals, provided food for the duty heroes, senior citizens, even they cared for third gender disabled people, and the list goes on and on. Bangladesh has also shown great resistance in the fight against COVID-19 pandemic and got great success under the competent leadership of the Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. In this context, the Ministry of Youth and Sports of Bangladesh has taken the initiative to recognize the indomitable spirit shown by the young volunteers across the globe in response to the COVID-19 pandemic by organizing Sheikh Hasina Volunteer Award 2020 under the umbrella of the Dhaka Vice Youth Capital 2020. The competition is taking place in two stages, national and international. The registration for the national stage is already completed, and I am delighted to share with you that we have received overwhelming response from about 3,500 volunteers for the event. Distinguished guests, as many Bangladeshi audience, especially the youth, are listening to me today, I would like to convey some messages to them in Bangla. আমার যুবক ভাই ও বোনেরা, যুব ক্রীড়া মন্ত্রণালয় কর্তৃক প্রথমবারের মতো আয়োজিত শেখ হাসিনা ইউথ ভলান্টিয়ার অ্যাওয়ার্ডে আপনাদের স্বতঃস্ফূর্ত অংশগ্রহণ দেখে আমরা সত্যি অভিভূত। যোগ্য প্রার্থীরা যেন স্বীকৃতি পায় তা নিশ্চিত করতে আমরা বিভিন্ন সরকারি বেসরকারি সেক্টরের গুরুত্বপূর্ণ ব্যক্তিবর্গদের সমন্বয়ে ইতিমধ্যে 16 সদস্যের একটি জাতীয় বাছাই কমিটি গঠন করা হয়েছে। জাতীয় বাছাই কমিটি বাছাই প্রক্রিয়ায় সম্পূর্ণ স্বাধীন ও স্বচ্ছতার ভিত্তিতে প্রায় 3,500 প্রার্থীর মধ্য থেকে 100 জনের সংক্ষিপ্ত তালিকা প্রস্তুত করবে। এই 100 জনের মধ্য থেকে যোগ্যতম 10 প্রার্থীকে চূড়ান্ত বিজয়ী হিসাবে ঘোষণা করা হবে। এই চূড়ান্ত 10 জন বিজয়ী শেখ হাসিনা ইউথ ভলান্টিয়ার অ্যাওয়ার্ড 2020-এর আন্তর্জাতিক পর্যায়ে সরাসরি অংশগ্রহণ করার সুযোগ পাবেন এবং তারা ঢাকা ওয়াইসি ক্যাপিটাল 2020-এর সমাপনী অনুষ্ঠানে মাননীয় প্রধানমন্ত্রীর হাত থেকে তাদের বিজয়ী ট্রফি গ্রহণ করবেন। যারা বিজয়ী হবেন তাদেরকে অগ্রিম শুভেচ্ছা। যারা এই বছর বিজয়ী হতে পারেননি তাদের ভবিষ্যতের জন্য আমার পক্ষ থেকে থাকবে শুভ কামনা। আপনাদের প্রত্যেকের প্রচেষ্টায় আমাদের সকলের জন্য অনুপ্রেরণা। তাই আমি সকলকে ভালো কাজ অব্যাহত রাখার উদাত্ত আহ্বান জানাচ্ছি। তরুণদের আমি আনন্দের সাথে আরও জানাতে চাই যে মুজিব বর্ষ উদযাপন এবং করোনা পরিস্থিতি মোকাবেলায় মাননীয় প্রধানমন্ত্রীর নির্দেশনা অনুযায়ী যুব ক্রীড়া মন্ত্রণালয় দেশের যুব সম্প্রদায়ের জন্য বিশেষ ধরনের উদ্যোগ গ্রহণ করেছেন। করোনাকালীন সময়ে চাকরিচ্যুত হয়ে গ্রামে ফিরে যাওয়া বেকার যুবকদের স্থানীয় চাহিদার ভিত্তিতে কৃষি, মৎস্য চাষ, পশুপালন, ভোকেশনাল প্রশিক্ষণের মাধ্যমে 5 বছরে 12,05,000 যুবকের আত্মকর্মসংস্থান এবং কর্মসংস্থান সৃষ্টির লক্ষ্যে প্রকল্প প্রস্তাব করা হয়েছে। ভার্চুয়াল স্কিল ডেভেলপমেন্ট প্রজেক্টের অধীনে যুবদের জন্য আউটসোর্সিং অ্যান্ড কমিউনিকেটিভ ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজের উপর অনলাইন প্রশিক্ষণ প্রোগ্রামের উদ্যোগ নেওয়া হয়েছে। ই-কমার্স প্ল্যাটফর্ম যুব পাইকারি সেল.com, যুব ব্র্যান্ডিং, যুব শপ ইত্যাদি আমাদের অন্যান্য উল্লেখযোগ্য উদ্যোগ, যেগুলোর মাধ্যমে প্রায় 3,20,000 তরুণকে বিভিন্ন ক্যাটাগরিতে প্রশিক্ষণ প্রদানের পাশাপাশি 3 লক্ষাধিক মানুষের কর্মসংস্থান এবং আত্মকর্মসংস্থানের সুযোগ সৃষ্টি করা হবে। প্রকল্পগুলোর মাধ্যমে 50 লক্ষের অধিক খামারি ও যুব উদ্যোক্তা সরাসরি উপকৃত হবে। প্রিয় যুব ভাই বোনেরা, তাছাড়া মাননীয় প্রধানমন্ত্রী জননেত্রী শেখ হাসিনা মুজিব বর্ষে কর্মসংস্থান ব্যাংক সহ 4টি ব্যাংকে 2,000 কোটি টাকা তিনি বরাদ্দ দিয়েছেন, যার মাধ্যমে ইচ্ছে করলে যুবকরা নিম্নতম 20,000 টাকা থেকে 5 লক্ষ টাকা পর্যন্ত বিনা জামানতে তার ঋণ গ্রহণ করতে পারবেন এবং একসময় এর সার্ভিস চার্জ ছিল মাত্র 9%, যেটি মাননীয় প্রধানমন্ত্রী জননেত্রী শেখ হাসিনার নির্দেশে আমরা এটিকে সার্ভিস চার্জ মাত্র 4%-এ নামিয়ে এনেছি। Distinguished guests, if we look back to the glorious history of Bangladesh, we see that the youth community has made tremendous contribution in every movement, every achievement in our nation's history, every movement including the language movement of 1952, the mass uprising of 1969, the Great Liberation War of 1971, and the anti-authoritarian movement of 1990 contains history of their great sacrifices. Although young people are always involved in various humanitarian activities, their contribution is often overlooked. Therefore, we believe that Sheikh Hasina Youth Volunteer Award is a timely initiative that will properly recognize the activities of the youth and encourage them to participate more in such activities in future. Therefore, Sheikh Hasina Youth Volunteer Award, which is being organized for the first time this year, will be continued by the Ministry of Youth and Sports, Bangladesh. Honorable guests, finally I congratulate the winners in advance and once again thank our Honorable Speaker, Her Excellency Dr. Sheikh Sharmin Chaudhry MP, Honorable Foreign Minister, His Excellency Dr. A.K. Abdul Momen MP, honorable guests, participants, delegates, journalists, and intellectuals for making your precious time to attend this event. I wish you all a safe and sound health. Thank you all. Joy Bangla, Joy Bangabandhu, may Bangladesh live forever.
Thank you so much. The chair of the program, Your Excellency, Mr. Zahid Hassan Rasil, MP, Honorable State Minister. Ladies and gentlemen, now I would like to humbly invite the chief guest of today's ceremony, Her Excellency Dr. Shirin Sharmeen Chaudhary MP, Honorable Speaker, National Parliament of Bangladesh, to kindly enlighten us with her valuable words. Ladies and gentlemen, Her Excellency Dr. Shirin Sharmeen Chaudhary.
Honorable Chair, His Excellency Muhammad Zahid Hassan Rasul MP, guest of honor of today's event, His Excellency Dr. A.K. Abdul Momen MP, Honorable Foreign Minister, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, distinguished guests, Senior Secretary, Ministry of Youth and Sports, ladies and gentlemen present in today's event, youth volunteers, media representatives, and everyone virtually connected with us. Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon. Shubho Bikal. I am delighted to be present at the national closing ceremony of Sheikh Hasina Youth Volunteer Award 2020 Response to COVID-19, organized by the Ministry of Youth and Sports, Government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh. As we all know, since the declaration of Dhaka as the OIC Youth Capital 2020 by the Islamic Cooperation Youth Forum, a series of mega events along with other ancillary events have been designed to celebrate and recognize the talents of youth and the contribution of our Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina in the development of youth. Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina's vision is in taking Bangladesh forward, embraces youth development as an integral component. Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, in her Vision 2021, has dedicated the present to build a sustainable future for the youth of Bangladesh. Our father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, joining the OIC in 1974, paved the way forward for effective cooperation between Bangladesh and the OIC in different sectors. Sheikh Hasina Youth Volunteer Award 2020 is a mega event unique in nature to respond to the challenges posed by COVID-19 with innovative approaches to cope with the new normal. This award has been adopted to allow the youth and encourage them to voluntarily engage in development of policies to help communities, vulnerable segments of society. This award is aimed to work as an incentive in promoting the value of voluntary work amongst the youth. I strongly feel that this is also an opportune moment to organize this youth event, particularly in Dhaka, Bangladesh, for two reasons. Firstly, as we celebrate Mujib Borsho, the birth centenary of our father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, and also the 50-year celebration of our independence. Secondly, Bangladesh is passing through a phase where we are enjoying a demographic dividend where majority segment of our population is youth. We therefore must reap utmost benefit of this dividend by offering best opportunities for development of youth. And as we have just heard from the chair of today's event, His Excellency Muhammad Zahid Hassan Rasul MP, the Honorable State Minister for Ministry of Youth and Sports, the elaborate list of all the different programs, initiatives, and projects that have been undertaken by the government of Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina for promoting the skill and for the development of the talent, nurturing the talent of the youth in our country. Half of the global population under the age of 30 fall within youth segment. They are the energetic, forward-looking, evergreen, present leaders and change makers. The aim of the award is to draw upon the strength, energy, and enthusiasm of the youth as their productivity and innovative ideas and thinking power to formulate policies as response to deal with COVID-19 pandemic adversely affecting lives of the youth is extremely valuable. The youth volunteers across the countries in Islamic Cooperation Youth Forum taking part in this mega event of Sheikh Hasina Youth Volunteer Award, along with the youth from Bangladesh, have demonstrated exceptional qualities, talent, and skill in finding alternative modes to deal with problems, in opening up opportunity of windows, providing unique solutions to the problems. Youth volunteers have proved themselves as leaders in building up resilience against COVID-19 and helping the more vulnerable in the community. As first responders, the youth have shown the courage to distribute food relief in remote areas, facilitate emergency medical support and healthcare, mobilize transportation for carrying patients to hospitals in the midst of lockdown situations, arranged burial of dead bodies, and many more. Young people have displayed their inner humanitarian approaches and qualities as response to COVID-19 crisis, which is highly commendable. It is therefore time to give recognition to their contribution and rope them in the process of formulation of policies. We must include and factor in the innovative thoughts and ideas of youth and their energy in finding solution to their problems and issues. I congratulate the Ministry of Youth and Sports for organizing this Youth Volunteer Award as recognition of invincible spirit and talent of the youth. I also thank the Ministry of Foreign Affairs for co-sponsoring this event. I congratulate the Islamic Cooperation Youth Forum for the great initiative of creating a platform for dynamic engagement of youth to generate novel ideas, mutual exchange of views, and learning from best practices of each other. I congratulate all youth participants in advance who will be declared national winners today, all awardees and also all participants in general for their volunteer leadership. I believe that Sheikh Hasina Youth Volunteer Award 2020 will, as an excellent sterling example, pave the way forward for many more youth-led voluntary initiatives to take place for promoting humanitarian cause in future. In our collaborative effort to build back better in recovering from COVID-19 pandemic, let youth work together in every sector in ensuring a better tomorrow for all, as tomorrow must be better. Thank you very much. May Bangladesh live forever.
Hello. Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker, the chief guest of today's program, Honorable Speaker of the Bangladesh Parliament. Thank you so much once again. Ladies and gentlemen, in the meantime, as you noted from the very beginning, amongst us, we had on stage His Excellency Mr. Mohammad Anwar Islam Sarkar, Additional Secretary, Ministry of Youth and Sports, and His Excellency Mohammad Azharul Islam Khan, Director General, Department of Youth Development of Bangladesh Government. Ladies and gentlemen, let's congratulate all who have been shortlisted for the national stage of Sheikh Hasina Youth Volunteer Award. And let's give a big hand to all the volunteers out there who have been risking their lives to keep us safe, to keep their communities safe. We wish everyone sound health and hope to see the continuation of these courageous efforts to bring parity and prosperity for the country and for the world. And that brings us to the end of this program. Thank you, everyone, and bye-bye.